Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. Maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta, the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya, who is also the Jubilee Party leader, must start thinking about his plan B for Jubilee Party. Because from what I'm observing, it is clear that the Registrar of Political Parties is out to frustrate him. And William Samoei Arap Ruto is also keen on ensuring that Uhuru Kenyatta will not regain the control of Jubilee Party. It is just a matter of time before the Kanini Kega's group are officially declared the bona fide officials of Jubilee Party. For those who follow the politics of this country very closely, a few weeks ago, which was on 22nd day of May 2023, Uhuru Kenyatta convened a Jubilee National Delegates Convention. Uhuru Kenyatta, being the party leader of Jubilee Party, has all the rights as per Jubilee Constitution to convene the meeting at any time to decide what is being discussed in those meetings and to also fire any officials during those particular meetings. So after that meeting, Jubilee Party submitted their resolutions to the office of the Registrar of Political Parties. And today, the office of the Registrar of Political Parties wrote back to Jeremiah Kioni, the Secretary General of Jubilee Party, that they've rejected the resolutions of that particular NDC, which was chaired by none other than Uhuru Kenyatta. According to the Registrar of Political Parties, the Jubilee faction of Uhuru Kenyatta failed to meet some conditions. Let me just go through this letter because they are very specific on the two conditions which they failed to meet. The letter says, the letter is actually dated on 29th and addressed to Jeremiah Kioni. It's about the National Delegates Convention, which was held on 22nd May. It says, reference is made to the above subject matter, and your letter dated 23rd May 2023, submitting various documents, including, these are the documents which Kanini Kega submitted. A notice convening the special NDC meeting of 22nd May 2023. Number two, a notice of change of venue, because they had planned to do it at Bomas, then they changed it, so he notified them. And three, resolutions of the special NDC, which was held on 22nd May 2023. And now this is what they are saying. Following a review of the submitted documents, the office is unable to address the substance of the resolutions for non-submissions of requisite documents as follows. Number one, they are saying that Jubilee Party, a duly signed list of attendants with identification numbers to ascertain composition of the NDC and quorum in line with Article 8(1) blah 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 of Jubilee Party's constitutions, respectively, and two, comprehensive minute of the NDC meeting 2, inter alia, determine the process and mode of election, given that only an extract of minutes was submitted. Owing to the above, the documents submitted are incomplete. So basically, the registrar is telling Kanini Kega, is telling Uhuru Kenyatta and the group that for their documents to be submitted, they need a list of all the participants in that meeting. Not only a list, but with their identification numbers. If you go to the office of the Registrar of Political Parties today and you ask them to pull out any NDC of any political party in the country where ID has been a requirement, you will not find. We've seen parties holding NDC. A party formed today, the next day fails a stadium, convene NDC to make resolutions. You will never get such kind of a requirement. Again, even if that requirement were to be met, do you think the office of the Registrar of Political Parties has that capacity to ascertain the identity of everybody who participated in that meeting. And you think Kanini Kega will be able to provide identity numbers? Of course, maybe when guests were registering, probably they wrote their names, I don't know, ID numbers, because sometimes it's normally very difficult for people to leave their ID numbers behind. But let us not get into that. Let us just look at what is really happening. In my view, and by the way, before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your support. For this particular video, please don't forget to give thumbs up. That's the best way you can support this particular channel. Now, in your own opinion, as a Kenyan, forget about being a member of Jubilee, UDA, ODM, as a Kenyan, do you think Uhuru Kenyatta is going to regain control of Jubilee Party? For me, I don't think Uhuru Kenyatta is going to regain the control of Jubilee Party, because William Ruto is determined to lock him out of Jubilee Party. William Ruto is determined to revenge, and William Ruto is keen on Mount Kenya politics. Mount Kenya politics means William Ruto does not want any other political party or any other individual to emerge from the mountain. That's why you can see them fighting viciously Maina Njenga, because Maina Njenga is interfering with their equation. That's why in the Daily Nation today, it is reported that Mwangi Kiunjuri was lectured badly at State House by Rigathi Gachagua. But what can Uhuru Kenyatta do? What are his options? Before I look into this, for me, Uhuru Kenyatta has very limited options now. He can quit for politics, which will amount to being a coward. For me, if Uhuru, I would not do that. The other option for Uhuru Kenyatta, if Uhuru Kenyatta, this is what I'll do, I'll dissolve Jubilee Party. In fact, that NDC ought to have reached a resolution to dissolve Jubilee Party and then form a new political party, or join or acquire an existing political party. Then leave it there. Even if the registrar will not dissolve it, leave it there. Then focus on a new political party. And then go for lessons from Raila Odinga on how to manage a political party, the techniques. The other option for Uhuru Kenyatta is to silently go to Ruto and beg him. Maybe that's what Ruto wants. The only good news is that the moment Kanini Kega group will take control of Jubilee Party, Sabina Chege will be kicked out as a minority whip. But for me, based on what I'm saying, number one, the reason why the Registrar of Political Party is delaying this process by returning back the document is because they want to allow Kanini Kega and his group to also submit their documents and probably to also host or hold their NDC, which they said would be in June. Then once they do that, then they'll go by the resolutions of Kanini Kega's group. Or probably they're just delaying to allow Kanini Kega and the group to re-strategize. I'm saying this because if you look at Kanini Kega and the group, they're insisting that Uhuru Kenyatta is still the party leader and that Sabina Chege is just replacing him. But the documents which they've always submitted to the registrar has always been accepted. So after this NDC, the Kanini Kega group met. And during that meeting, the Kanini Kega's disciplinary committee made resolutions. And in that resolution, they claimed that this meeting, this NDC, which was convened by Uhuru Kenyatta, was null and void. So basically, probably these guys have also submitted that document to the registrar. So by the time Kanini Kega will be looking for signatures here and there, the registrar will acknowledge receipt of the documents from Kanini Kega group, and they'll declare that NDC null and void. So that's something I'm looking at. We just want to allow Kanini Kega group to submit their document. Number two, all these shenanigans we are seeing are also a clear message to Uhuru Kenyatta about the Registrar of Political Parties position and the government of Kenya's position and William Ruto's position as far as Jubilee Party is concerned. And the message and the position is clear. Kanini Kega group are the one who are considered legitimate by the Registrar of Political Parties. Because if you go to Joshua Kutun's Twitter right now, today, he shared these resolutions. Then the other time Joshua Kutung made a post on his Facebook page was on 23rd. On 23rd, that document there you're seeing there is the NEC meeting of Kanini Kega group, which registrar agreed with. And that's how they've been operating. So a message is being sent to Uhuru Kenyatta. Number three, I'm also certain that all these are actually intended to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta so that he can decide and leave politics for good. Because one of William Ruto's wish is to have Uhuru Kenyatta out of the political scene. There's just nothing he can do about it. So all these things are just frustrations. You frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta, then make Uhuru Kenyatta say, okay, I'm being frustrated, then he can decide, okay, if that's the case, then I'm resigning. I don't want anything to do with this party. And lastly, it also shows William Ruto's determination to take control of Jubilee Party. The Registrar of Political Party can do anything, can say anything, but it's now clear that the force behind all this is none other than William Samoei Arap Ruto. I don't know what you think, but for me, if I were Ruto, I would not venture into this fight with Uhuru Kenyatta. As much as he will win it, I don't think that it's productive for him. It might actually prove to be counterproductive for him in future. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.